What's up, everybody? Good morning. So I am headed to a call. I installed this unit last winter. She asked us to move the condenser to the side of the house, so we had to run a whole new line set and everything. Once we did all that and we did everything right, brazed with nitrogen, everything we're supposed to, this Amana, however you ask me to say it, but this Amana TXV, it failed. Like, it slammed shut like nothing. Like, it's going down to like 50 psi. And those you can adjust, so I played around with the adjustments to see if I can open it. Nothing. The only thing I can think of, I used the wet rag putty to braze the new line set in with. Maybe that wet rag was too dry, and I got the bulb on the suction line too hot, and I damaged the bulb. That's the only thing I can think of why it failed, because I've been there multiple times and everything's been running fine. I replaced it last winter, everything was perfect. I did a maintenance, everything was perfect. And then once we moved the condenser and had a new line set, this happened. I removed the TXV once, then cleaned it out thinking maybe there was gunk in it, and I failed to that part. But that wasn't the issue. I was getting airflow going through it good, both ways. I blew nitrogen through it, put it back together, still the same thing. So I definitely think it's got to be that bulb. I just figured I'd bring you guys along and document this. We're gonna get this system pumped down, get this bulb replaced, and everything. And it's a bolt-on bulb, so it shouldn't be too hard of a job. The only issue is these TXVs from these Amanas come through, they're universal, like one size fits all, so you have to sit there and adjust it until you get it right. And with this new refrigerant, it's hard to say if it's perfect or not. They say they want you about, I would say 7 to 10 on the superheat and on the subcool, so you got to just get really close into there. And this is where the Bluetooth Fieldpiece probes are going to come in really handy, because I can leave those in there, and I can sit there and adjust a quarter. They say that when you adjust a 1/4 inch at a time, and you got to wait 15 to 20 minutes each time for it to equalize out and make sure it's working properly. That's going to be the pain, is the time it's going to take to just adjust these things. So that's probably my one pet peeve now, which isn't bad considering everything else on these equipment's been great. But if I have to keep doing these, I don't know what's going to happen. It's just been a pain. This is the only one I've had so far, so that's just going to be a pain. I'm a very ADHD impatient person. I know the process and I'm patient with the process, but when the process takes longer than it actually should, because I have to adjust those TXV, they're not pre-adjusted for what they need to be. That kind of stuff just I don't know, eats me up, which I know you refrigeration guys are probably like, well, you got to deal with it, because they got to deal with it. They have adjustable TXVs. But this ain't refrigeration. Refrigeration, you charge extra for that time it's going to take and stuff. This is residential. I charge a flat rate for how long it should take on these bolt-on TXVs, and this is going to take a lot longer. So that's the only frustration, is I might lose out on money if I don't get it right. But we're going to find out. If I get it right the first time and get lucky, we'll bring you guys along and see how this goes. I might not be able to talk and film a lot. The homeowner likes to hang out, likes to talk, which I don't mind. I enjoy that 100%. So I will try to film, but you might not get volume. I might have to do a voiceover. Just forewarned. But I appreciate you guys, and let's get to this job.
Alright, we're here. push this in. Shouldn't take too long. God. Kind of slipped and shocked me a little bit. Nice 120 in the morning. Wake you up. Very good. It's a rattle. What we need. I like to remove the cores when I let that little bit hit these lines out. It's usually not much. Sometimes it's on a vacuum. Just a tiny bit.
Alright, so I sped this part up. I'm just taking the old TXV out. The homeowners were talking, and I just kind of muted it here for you guys just to cover that up. So sorry there's no volume, but we get the TXV pulled out and get the new one in. Pretty easy. This is just a bolt in. You can see the cap on the left right there on the TXV on the bottom of it. It's adjustable. And let's get this thing taken out and the other one put back in. No O-rings. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we're getting nitrogen going in. It's going to put in about 200 psi or so. We'll check the connections. And then tighten her up. Let her sit. So what I usually do is turn that down. So we're at 250. I'll usually shut this valve right here, let her sit, and then monitor her at 257 at 920. Alright,
Vacuum is on. There's a lot of oil came out of this thing. I'm pulling down, but I changed my units, I think, on accident. There we go. 2,000 going down. We're gonna let that run for a long time, and then go ahead and put the inside together and get it set up so we can get ready for adjustments. Alright, so we're at 140 microns. What I like to do here is seal this off and then do a decay test, see how high it goes up. If it goes up really high, we got a lot of oil still in there. But if it holds under, like it's doing now, under 500, we're usually pretty good. Moisture, oil, all that's going. So it's holding. So what I like to do from here, I'll close this. I added that so when I can break this open without doing anything to mess it up. So now we can break this open. There's that one. You can go ahead and put in your Schrader core now. And that's that. And then I'll go do the other one. The other one, the Schrader fell in the dirt. So I'm just going to put a new Schrader in. Not chance it. And that's how I do that process. So then I'd kind of let that set for just a little while. Let it kind of balance out. While I'm doing that, I just put these tools up, the vacuum pump. And then when I'm ready to kick it back on, I'll put my gauges on there. And go from there.
Have you been busy?
Yeah.
Good. Busy installs or
No.
units going down?
Units going down.
Home units?
It's on
I'm gonna let it.
I'm
gonna let it
like ice.
run.
I wish I had my sweatpants on.
I'm gonna let it run for a little while, but it's right now it's running.
I like it when it gets nice and chilled.
Yeah, it's running perfect right now, so we'll let it run for a little while.
Especially when I'm sleeping.
Alright, so I turned it off and on a few times just to test. And it's actually running perfect. I didn't have to adjust that TXV at all, which is awesome. It's spot on. So that gives me good faith on these TXVs. I was scared the time I was going to waste. And the only time I wasted today is no time at all. I just talked to the owners, gave me more time to chat with them. But this system's a little oversized because she's gonna add this whole area. She's adding an addition, and we're gonna come and do the ductwork whenever that addition is finished. It's gonna be a small addition, so it'll just add 3 vents to it. Everything's sized appropriately, so should be good to go.
What's up? So that job is done. I didn't have to adjust the TXV at all, which makes me feel way better about the situation. I was talking a lot with the customer and stuff, so we'll have to do a voiceover, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that, but I had to do that. But yeah, it went really well. Everything was working great. I turned it off and on multiple times and let it run for 15 minutes each time just to see the pressures and make sure they went back like they're supposed to. Everything's working great. So job well done. That one is good to go, and now we're off to the next one. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.